Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, whether you're watching this in the morning, in the afternoon, or in the evening. I'm glad you're here. You guys might remember this little knife I got a while back, gifted to me from Servant Knives. This is the little Simpleton in 3V. I had an opportunity with a brother of mine from the community to do a trade, and I had the opportunity to pick up another servant knife. And this one, I kind of refer to it as a micro sword. This is a Servant Knives USA made Mech fighter. This is the first build of this knife. It's in CPM 3V. It was made in August 2016. Ben Kissel. He'll hopefully be making knives real soon again. And guys, this is a very tactical fighter knife. So, that being said, this is the Mech fighter. So what we've got a small fixed blade knife with a series of chamfered jimps, depending on where you need to put pressure on that blade, to where you need to have your force, to where you're trying to grip it, how you're trying to use it. And then this little pinky ring, this is not a thumb ring. This is not to be mistaken with a plunger. You know, if you're going to use it as a plunger, you're going to want to use it like that. Put it on that little hammer tool up there. But what that is if you're carrying your knife, you've got it in your pocket like so, this can kind of be like a knuck, right? Because it is in your hand. You do have this lanyard hole, and you do have this little tooth that sticks out here that's kind of an attitude adjuster, I guess, if you will. But when I saw this knife, it's not my normal jam. I love the acid etching. I love the Servant Knives work. This one, I thought it was super neat because of the ring. Again, because it's a pinky ring, this knife is thick 3V, very, very thick, sharp, flat ground blade. This is a pig sticker. This is a door jammer, a digger, a breacher. Not much that I don't think you couldn't put this knife through. It's not going to be your best tomato slicer probably, but it is very, very slicey. Whoops. But most importantly, it is very, very devastating on the puncture there. So let's get a couple of quick size comparisons to this knife. I've got a couple of other fixed blades that are, some of them more common than others. We'll take a look at some of these. Let's start off with probably the most popular, the SE3, which was my first fixed blade. And the Mech Fighter is going to be thinner and about 1/8 of an inch longer than the SE3. So if we put it up against the Driver Defense Splinter, it's going to come in bigger, so it's going to be a longer knife, guys. It's going to be kind of a full-sized tactical. There's the Night Stalker. A little bit longer than the Night Stalker, but I'm not mad at it. It's a good bit heavier too. And that's something that I really like about this knife. This knife is overbuilt. When you look at the blade thickness here that runs through these G10 handles, it is chonking thick. I'm betting you the handles are going to be well over 1/2 inch. .61. You're looking at roughly 1/4 inch steel. If I measure it right here, 0.216, 0.218, and then behind the edge here It is thicker grind. I think I've got it at 19.5, 0.04050. But just a really neat package that does a lot of different things. One thing it did for me is it's a collector's piece. I love it. I love the way he does his logo. He hand etches it and stamps in his blade steel. This has got a really nice finger choil for me. So for me to hold this knife right here, if I was prepping some type of game or prepping food, it would work really well. If I was feather sticking, if you needed to use this as a pommel or a hammer, or if you needed to use it as a knuck, it would be very effective. Comes with a great Kydex sheath, very ample rivets, so you can mount this a myriad of ways. Has fantastic retention in the sheath, and just an absolute banger. Let's get a couple of quick measurements off of it. So if we take it from the back of the pinky ring to the front, it's 8 1/4 inches. If you take it from the back of the handle, it's 7 1/8, or 7 1/4. 7 1/4, then you got another inch for your ring. 8 1/4. So our blade, if we start at the G10, it's going to come in right under 4 1/2. Our cutting edge is going to be 3 3/4. Cutting edge. This back inside grip is roughly 3 1/8. 3 1/8 here. If I take it to the front choil, I'm going to call it 3 3/4 to here. And then lastly, we are going to see, because this is a tool, I consider it kind of a railroad spike that's also a knife, because this thing is so solid. But it is going to come in 5.3 ounces naked, 7.3 ounces with the sheath. So roughly 4-inch blade, a little bit more than an inch per ounce. I'm not at all mad at that. Like I say, I like on a lot of knives a heavier tool, kind of like the Tri-Stash. I like the weight, I like the girth. It makes it feel like it's more of a substantial tool or weapon or knife. And this knife is exactly that. It is a bruiser. It reminds me of kind of a futuristic service issue knife. Very perfectly fit for my hands. Clean up the white G10. You do have red G10 liners. I just think it's a beautiful knife. Done very well. Very rustic. And just very much in need of business. And I'm looking forward to hanging out with it. Looking forward to checking it out. Looking forward to having the collection. So guys, I appreciate you stopping by. I forgot earlier to thank all the channel members, all you guys and girls. Thank you so much. Also thank anyone who comes in to check out the knife, the EDC content. I appreciate you. Please, if you're so inclined, if you haven't had a chance yet, hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification. Hit that like button. And look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Look out for each other. Go forward with love in your heart. And always choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.